Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, as you could see, it was an indoor video today with everybody because that's who I am featuring today, your pets. Quick little story before I get started. I am sort of having a tire issue. I need new tires and they're not holding air pressure. And so typically I drive about 40 miles to get my dog food at Costco. And I had opted this time to order the dog food off their, come here, Molly, come lay down. Come lay down. You're, come on, lay down, down, down. I had opted to order the dog food online so I could have it delivered and not be driving on my tires. And it does cost more, but you know, your life versus 10 more dollars. And when I went online to order it, they have changed the ordering now that they deliver, and they only deliver 25-pound dog food bags. Usually it's a 40-pound bag that I order. And so if I ordered 2 bags, which would have been 50 pounds, it would have cost $20 more than the 40-pound bag. So it got me to thinking about something that I know other preparedness channels talk about, but maybe not as much, or offer ideas that I have done to prepare for the event of a disaster or an emergency or a natural, crisis for my pets. So I wanted to go over today some tips that I have done, and hopefully they will help you guys. The first one is food. So, these guys are on dry kibble, and that can be really hard to store and keep fresh because it does have oils in it, and that does go rancid over time. So you guys are going to get just everything that goes on in my house right now. So what I have done is, as we all know, if we do buy food that we can store for ourselves long term, buying canned dog food. So Costco sells this big, what I just showed you here, that right there, 24 cans. This is just one of them, but it's your basic can of dog food. This is the same brand and type of food that I order in their dry food. And I don't buy a whole lot, but over time I'll just buy some and keep it. Because it does last a long time, and use your discretion. But, expirations are suggested when it comes to canned food, but use your best, discretion. And something you can do to make it go even longer, I have 4 dogs and 5 cats, and I do have cat as well. But if you were in a situation where you weren't able to access the dog food or the cat food and you wanted to make it stretch a little bit longer, this is chicken and rice, but we can always add some rice to it, extra rice or mashed potatoes, as well as canned food. So you may want to do the no salt added. This is just regular, but this is peas and potatoes and corn. So if you were trying to stretch it out over a length of time because you weren't able to get it, just add a little bit of vegetables and some rice or even pasta. And I mean, this is getting extreme, but if it was an extreme situation, that may be what it came down to make that stretch. So that is my plan for long-term food storage for the animals. And if you count on the rice and the canned veggies, then you're going to need to, double up when you buy it for yourself to last over time. The other thing is, this is getting really doomy gloomy, but if we were to be in a situation where we had to stay indoors for a few days because you couldn't go outside or your skin and hair was going to fall off, it's good to be prepared ahead of time for that as well. So what I have bought is these, a box of these here. And there's 100 in the box. And, in the event that you've got to stay inside and they cannot go outdoors, and I'm more so talking about, the dogs, because they don't use a litter box. If you have cats, you may have a litter box, you may not. They may be outdoor only. But if you had to bring them in, I would suggest to have, just some potty pads for the dogs. And then I have filmed a little bit of B-roll over this, the large kennel crates that I keep. So my plan would be for the cats, and that would be more so if I had to leave and go somewhere else. But it's good to have something where you can confine the cats and put a little, litter box in there, as well as those bowls that you can attach that have like the food and water on the inside. So you can keep them in there. They won't get out, and they're contained and as comfortable as possible. The other basic thing that now, of course, you guys know that watch my channel, I have livestock as well. So I don't want to get into that because that would be a whole other video. And to be honest with you, if it was a situation where we had to stay indoors, it wouldn't be good for them because I'm not bringing them indoors. I would bring Bo and Franny in, by the way, my livestock guardian dogs. My animals are being really bad right now. Anyway, but something to consider to have on hand. Now I have a lot more probably than the typical household with just pets would have, but I do keep a fair amount of medical supplies quickly available to me as needed. And I wanted to go over just some of the basic ones that I think would be good, even if you just have basic pets to have. The first one is this here. This is Vetericin. And I always joke that I honestly think this stuff could almost cure cancer because it is absolutely amazing. It's kind of like the hydrogen peroxide for humans. You put it on any kind of, here it says for cuts and wounds, itch and pain relief, sores and irritations. And I have put this on my cat. I believe my cat had some sort of ringworm because he was having kind of little spots on his tail, and I was spraying this on it and then wrapping it so he couldn't lick it, and it cleared it right up. So highly, highly, highly recommend this. Another one that I would recommend is, this is called Rooster Booster. Now, don't let the name fool you because it has, a chicken on there and all that. But this stuff it's a vitamin B, and it actually is for, you add it to their water, and it just kind of peps them up if they're kind of run down. So this would be good to have on hand. And I always say, never pay full price. My co-op up in the next town up, they have this huge clearance sale once a year. And I mean, you get some amazing deals. And this was one of them. I bought 2 of these. They had them for $1. This is not cheap. I want to say this is probably $16, $17. The other thing that's good to have on hand, which is by the same company as this, is, anything for eye injuries. Now, this here is an ophthalmic gel. I used this on Janet when she split her eyelid open because she was going after Patricia. And then this line has all kinds of, they have pink eye. They have, for livestock, when the umbilical cord, you can spray it on when they're born to dry it up. It's like an iodine version. This is a wash. So I've put this in Bo's eyes before because he gets goopies in there, and it just cleans it out real well. So basic wound and eye for, like I said, any cat or dog is good to have. And then I'm not sure how how relevant this would be, but I would probably have it even if I had a dog or a cat. In the event that you're not able to get to a vet, or you have, something that you have to take care of yourself, this is just a betadine surgical scrub, just a good antiseptic skin cleaner. So if your dog went, gashed its shoulder or back open on something and you can't take them anywhere, it's just a good scrub. Big thing is preventing infection. So if you can get in there and you can clean it and keep it away from, bacteria and all of that, then you'd want to follow up with this and keep that sprayed on there. You're good. This is also probably another, it's not super important, but I like to have it on hand. It's Blue Coat. And it's another antiseptic that you can put on an open wound. And it's pretty strong and alcohol smelling when you open it up, because it goes in there and it kills everything. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I want it. Well, it's got this little swab at the end of it, and it's pretty potent stuff. But again, if you're in a situation, I look at it like this. I mean, there's nothing worse. You can have a cut, you can be suffering, you could be injured. But I got to tell you, for myself, there would be nothing worse than seeing either a child, my child, or my animals suffer and not be able to do anything about it. So having these things on hand, are good just in the event of something like that. Or it could be something as simple as they get injured on a weekend and you're not able to get them to an emergency vet. This is more for livestock as well. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this one. This is called Nutri-Drench. A lot of times we'll use this when you have new kids or lambs that are born. It's, again, just kind of a boost to give them just an extra burst of energy. And then the last item that I wanted to go over, and I shared this on another video, but I'm going to reinforce it, are ways to some sort of reference guide on how to take care of your animals. In the event if we lost power or, a natural disaster wiped everything out and you're not able to Google it, have some sort of references. Now, these are some books that I got at my thrift store that I always talk about. That's one of them. This is more of a nutritional for your dogs, but there may be something in here that talks about, oh my gosh, canned fish. So this talks about cancer starving raw diet, morning meal. So, I always think of stuff like this, like, is it super relevant? Maybe not. But let's say you are looking for food and you're like, I don't know if they can have, this or that. Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention is pumpkin puree too with the dog food is a good one to have on hand. Pumpkin's very good for them and that can help stretch it. But, maybe you have something and you're like, I don't know if they can eat this. I don't know if it's poisonous or if they can digest it. Even though this may not be a book about poisonous food for dogs or cats, you can go in here and if they list it in an ingredient as part of their diet, well, then there you go. So just think resourcefulness. And then this is another complete book of dog health. So anyway, so those are some items that I just thought would be really important to, think about in the event of anything happening. If I'm not here tomorrow, where I am. I'm on the side. My tires blew out on me, but I think I'll be okay as long as I'm careful. But, in something like that where you are not able to access your regular stuff, your vet, your food, your letting them outside, it's good to have basic stuff on hand for your pets. It's not something we always think about, but they are here. And like I said, I would really be hard to see any of them suffering because you didn't prepare ahead of time for them and you're fixing your meals on your camp stove and doing fine. But I hope this helps you guys and get you kind of thinking about that. And happy Sunday, guys. Take care.